Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are taking a look at the Discmania Origin, primarily looking at the Midnight Prowl, which is Kyle Klein's Tour Series disc in the Meta Plastic. So the Origin is an understable mid-range. It comes in at a speed 5, glide 5, turn -1, and a fade of 1, making this a great neutral disc to understable disc for the majority of players. Now it has a very nice gradual dome to the flight plate, which gives it a semi-deep feel, but also because of that slight dome to it makes it feel very comfortable in the hand, particularly for backhand throws. But it is worth noting that in the Exosoft, the baseline plastic, those tend to be considerably flatter than both the Meta and also the Neo plastics. Meta and Neo do tend to have that nice gradual dome, again great for backhand shots, versus the Exosoft, those are definitely flatter. So let's head out to the field and see how the Origin / Midnight Prowl flies. Now you can get it to stay on a hyzer line even though it's an understable disc, but you do have to power down a bit on it and you do have to throw it with quite a bit of hyzer. But since the Origin does have low resistance to that high speed torque, it is the perfect tool for learning how to hyzer flip. So if you're a new beginning player, or if you're just a player who wants to learn how to hyzer flip, this is the perfect disc to do so because you can get extremely nice flip up to flat and hold incredibly straight lines with very minimal fade. Now when you do throw the disc flat and actually kind of rip into it, you're gonna get a nice kind of gentle meandering turn out of the disc before then, once it slows down, it will come back a little bit depending on how much air you give it. Now the Origin has fantastic glide, and that is an aspect I think everyone will really be able to take advantage of. This is a disc that if you have a slower arm, you're going to be putting this out just as far as your fairway drivers, which when paired and you can put it on so many different lines makes this an absolute perfect disc for the woods when you're going to be restricted on certain shots and you don't want to sacrifice much distance, but then also just for those really fun one disc rounds. So when I'm out on the course with the Origin, there are several different shots I would use it for. Those kind of nice forward pushing hyzers where it doesn't quite get up to flat and just lets its glide carry it all the way forward, or for these tunnel shots where again a little bit of hyzer flip up to flat and riding incredibly straight with very minimal fade, or give it a little bit of air and actually then let the Origin kind of fight back just a little bit at the end. But it really excels on these nice, just controlled, gentle turns around very slight corners. Just so many different types of lines that you can hit with this disc. It really is a lot of fun to throw if you haven't. Now the Origin does come in a few different plastic types, the Neo, the Soft Exo, the Meta, and the Lux. I have it in everything but the Lux that I'm going to be showing you here. The first is the Neo, which like the Meta is a premium plastic. Now the Neo I feel is going to fit in between the Meta and the Soft Exo plastics. It's not quite as understable as the Soft Exo in the early part of the flight, but it doesn't really have that much fight back either. While the Soft Exo, you can just release that flat and it's going to hold a turnover the entire way and you never have to worry about it fighting out. Now with the Lefty Lines, you're really going to see just how different the flight is for the Meta compared to both the Neo and the Soft Exo. You see the Meta, it has a nice turn in that mid-flight, but then has a little bit of fight back. While you're going to see that both the Neo and also the Soft Exo, as soon as they start to turn, they hold that turn the entire way. The biggest difference is that the Soft Exo was thrown more on a little bit hyzer, flipped up to flat, rode straight, and then as soon as it started turning, it just held it the entire way. While the Neo, though it had a similar flight, was thrown a little bit flatter, and then again, as it hit kind of that mid-flight, started to turn, leveled itself out, and then just held that turn the entire way to the ground. So if you are throwing either the Neo or the Soft Exo, one thing to be wary of is you don't want to throw them on an anhyzer line, as really, depending on your arm speed, they could very much just turn into incidental rollers. Alright, so that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you all again so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to smash that like button, and also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. Now, if you like the Discmania Origin, be sure to visit GreatLakesDisc.com. Go get yours today, and at the checkout, use promo code LEFTY for 10% off. Thank you all again. Until next time, keep banging them chains.